Well, good morning and welcome to Emerson Unitarian Universalist congregation. My name is Leslie McLean. I'm a member of the worship team, the Emerson Choir, and the leadership team. This morning, I'm serving in the role of worship assistant with our guest speaker, the Reverend Jeff Jones, our minister emeritus. He and his partner, Carol Buffum, moved back to Cobb County earlier this year. Jeff says the energy and warmth of Emerson are as wonderful as ever. As a Unitarian Universalist congregation, we welcome a wide variety of theological and spiritual beliefs. We honor the inherent worth and dignity of each and every being. And today, we also welcome our special guests. So, whether you have 2 legs or 4, wings, fins, feathers, fur, or skin, I extend my welcome to each of you today and am so glad you are here. Reverend Jeff is going to light the chalice while I read the chalice words. They are by the Reverend Florence Caplow. We light this chalice in honor of the animal realm, furred and hoofed, 2-legged, 4-legged, many-legged, fanged and clawed, gentle and fierce, wild and tame. May we remember that all animals are our relatives, worthy of our care and respect. So at this point, if you would like to take an opportunity to greet your neighbor, feel free to move around, say hello. If you are online, feel free to unmute and say hello online or in the chat.
Good morning. My name is George Clear. I have the honor of serving this year as the president of the Emerson Board of Trustees. There are a lot of duties that go along with that position. Fortunately, most of them are pleasurable, but I can think of none more pleasurable that I will get to do this year than to introduce to you our new minister, Reverend Christina Branham Martin. Please come up and say a few words.
Some people ask me, do you want to be called Reverend Christina or Christina? Honestly, for me, it is fine for you to call me by whatever you remember. And I don't need a title because I think what's really important is that we have a relationship together. And so if you want to call me Reverend Christina, I'm perfectly happy to receive it. But we also will be getting to know each other's names and getting to know each other as we move forward. I wanted to let you know that I grew up a Unitarian Universalist in Houston, Texas. I went to a really large church that had about 600 or 700 members over the years, and I stayed a member there, visiting another church for a little while as a child, but I stayed a member there till we moved when I was in my 40s and moved here to Atlanta. My husband and my 2 daughters, we all live in Decatur, along with a bird, which you'll see later in the slideshow. I am a 7th generation Unitarian, which is pretty cool. My mother's family moved from Massachusetts, where there's such a strong Unitarian history. And for me, I was called into ministry from my experience in the high school youth program. So I have a strong love for the religious education program, and I'm so proud of the program you have here. I know that ministry for me is about being our full selves and being able to be in a place that feels that we feel we can be ourselves, that we can be welcomed and be our full person. I know that theologically, my theology is grounded in love. The most religious question I can ask is, what is my most loving thing I can do when something comes to me? And that helps me figure out every day, step by step, how to be a Unitarian Universalist. And I'm so glad to be here with you. And most of all, I want to have a lot of fun with you. And I want to smile and get to know you, and I look forward to that process. And thank you so much for welcoming me today. All right. Oh, just a minute. Oh. Adrian and Millie and George and Isabella? Isabel. Thank you so much. How beautiful. Yay.
All of us want to say welcome. And we're a great community. And so I wanted the children here to show that we're all together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If I may, I'll put them here for now.
And again, Reverend Christina, it's just wonderful to have you here. Thank you for being here today. Our first hymn is not in our hymnals. It is a video of Celtic thunder singing "A Place in the Choir." The words of the chorus are on an insert in your order of service. And I invite you to sing with great enthusiasm, with your hands or your paws or anything you got. This is just to entice your anticipation of what this is about. I'm curious how many have heard the song "A Place in the Choir." All right. You have to sing extra loud for the rest of us. Should we move to the next part of the service? We're going to do that. Susan.
A member of our Emerson Pastoral Care team. Let's pause right now and reflect on joys, sorrows, and concerns we have and light candles to honor them today. The 3 large white lit candles over there on the Candles of Care table honor the Native American, the indigenous Cherokee and Muskogee nations of people who lived here long before we ever did. Africans and others wrongly enslaved here, and all those who hurt across our globe, especially the people of Ukraine who are suffering in that nation under siege. We do indeed have many, many to hold dear. Every Sunday you are here at Emerson, we invite you to light a candle at the table for who you hold or what you hold in your heart. If you're online, we also invite you to light a candle and put it nearby and keep it there during the service to honor who or what you hold in your heart. Please feel free to write a joy, sorrow, or concern statement in this book, which is on the clear podium on the way in the doors, or send it to pastoralcare@emersonuu.org, and we'll read it. Thank you, Leslie McLean, for lighting our candles of care today. With hearts open, let's hold these joys this morning. From Melanie LeMay and George Clear. We are happy to announce that we will be welcoming our 3rd grandchild this coming January. The parents, Mark LeMay and Maria Ryan, are old school in that they don't reveal the gender or name of the baby until it's born. We know they and big sister Sophie will be delighted with this addition to their little family. Congratulations. That's wonderful news. And another joy from Andrew and Kaylin John Pierre. We are happy to announce that we will celebrate our 7th wedding anniversary today. Happy anniversary and welcome to Emerson. We are very happy for you. We all know that joy, sorrows, and concerns do remain in our hearts, and they're unspoken. So please say out loud or type in the chat whoever you're holding in your heart today. My friend Jeannie, who just got COVID. In thankful awareness, let's all say the Buddhist prayer of loving kindness together. Please repeat the words after me. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be free from harm and suffering. Be free from harm and suffering. May we all be well in body, heart, and mind. May we all be well in body, heart, and mind. May we all be at peace. Blessed be.
Are we ready for our opening hymn? Okay, all right, good.
Good morning, Emerson. Good morning. My name is Ann Mason, and I am a member of the Social Justice Leadership Team. And I'm going to introduce Tyler Driver. I keep wanting to say Tyler Perry. My daughter works for him. Tyler Driver, who is also a member of the Social Justice Leadership Team. Our Share the Basket partner for August is the Extension. Located in Marietta, the Extension serves adults who are successfully dealing with the challenges of and experiencing homelessness and addiction. It's located in the residents are located in Cobb County. They will soon have the grand opening of their new men's residence. I've been to visit it. It's really exciting. The Emerson drummers will be participating in the upcoming open house, and then we'll begin holding drum circles at the extension. And this month, we are raising money to buy drums. So today we have Tyler Driver. He is the executive director of the extension, and he's going to tell us about the program. And it's not in your order of service, but we will be having an ARE program in the Justice Room during second hour. So please come and hear more about the extension. Tyler has been with the organization and its predecessor since 1989. He was named executive director in 1995. Prior to that, he's worked for Must Ministries, the Salvation Army, and Greenpeace International. Tyler and his wife Keisha recently joined Emerson, and we're so happy to have them in our community. Tyler.
Thank you, Ann, and thank you, members of this wonderful congregation. Such a pleasure to be here, such a pleasure to introduce the extension to you. As Ann said, we provide long-term evidence-based residential treatment to individuals who are dealing with substance use challenges and are experiencing homelessness. We, as Ann also mentioned, we have a new facility opening up at our men's campus, and once that campus is completed, including the renovation of an existing building, we'll have 80 clients in our male clients in our program, and we also have a program for women and those who identify as women in the Fort Hill community of Marietta. It's a small program. We know we got to do something about that, and we have already begun that project. But love to share with you more at the RE after the service, and look forward to meeting you. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, the extension, homelessness, addiction, what have you. I believe we have a counselor coming to join us for that. So anyway, look forward to seeing you in a little while.
Young at heart to please come forward for a story for all ages. Everyone is welcome. Wonderful, wonderful. Join us. Of course. Well, I have some incredibly exciting news. I am so excited that our new minister, Reverend Christina, is helping me with the story this morning. So thank you. Thank you, Reverend Christina. Thank you. So here at Emerson, some of our members eat meat and some do not. So this morning, I want to tell a story that helps us understand why some people eat meat and some don't. It's called That's why we don't eat animals. It's written and illustrated by Ruby Roth. This first picture is a story of our home, the earth. A flower will push through a crack in the sidewalk in order to feel the sun. A penguin will march thousands of miles to find food for her babies. The thunderous roar of a lion protects his family from danger near and far. Whether it has gills or wings, whiskers or roots, every living being on earth shares the will to live and grow. Just like we do, many baby animals stay close to their parents long after they're born. Our families warm, protect, and comfort us, preparing us for the great big world. Animals belong in families, packs, herds, and flocks. A hen lays eggs that will one day be her babies. In a carefully planned nest, she and her chicks coo to each other even before the eggs hatch. Roosters keep watch, and older chicks play chase, tag, and hide and seek. When the moon rises, wild turkeys fly to the treetops to roost for the night, gathering together beneath each other's wings. When the moon rises, I've already said that. Let me back up. When a turkey dances, jumps, gobbles, and flaps its wings, others join in celebration. Turkeys mourn together, sharing each other's sadness. They're so sensitive they even blush. Their snoods change depending on their mood. As I said, when the moon rises, wild turkeys fly to the treetops to roost for the night, gathering together beneath each other's wings. Birds raised for meat, called poultry, are just like the birds we see outside our windows. They are meant to use their wings to fly, their beaks to feed, and their feathers to flock together. It should be a compliment to be called a pig. Pigs are some of the smartest, cleanest, and most sensitive animals on planet Earth. Free pigs live with their families and friends. Snorting and whistling, they recognize each other's voices from far away. They root for food, wrestle, and play ball in the sun. But they don't sweat like we do to keep cool when they play. They take mud baths to cool off instead. A muddy pig is a wise pig. Pigs need the sight, sound, and touch of one another. Sometimes they snuggle so close that it's hard to get them apart. Love is part of their nature. Cows have many moods. They are curious and funny. They even hold grudges. Proud cows show off, best friends take walks together, and calves play follow the leader. Herds behave like big families, staying close to each other, and even mooing until a wandering cow finds her way back home. Cattle farms waste precious water and make pollution that leaks into the ocean and sky. Growing vegetables instead of raising animals could save our planet's ocean, air, and sea life. And the food and water we'd save could feed more hungry people all over the world. Fish have extraordinary senses. They have quick instincts and delicate nerves. Their bodies can feel nearby fish, food, and objects without even touching them. Fish are part of our ocean's ecosystem, a giant family of plants and animals. Each group needs the other to keep the whole family alive and healthy. Can you imagine an ocean with no fish? In many cultures around the world, there is a saying that tells us, "You are what you eat." When we eat natural foods, we soak up the goodness of the sun, the earth, the roots, and the trees. We grow to be healthier and pay more attention to our choices. While the power of nature can move mountains and make rainbows, the power we have as humans is boundless too. Every day, we have the freedom to change our lives. In fact, when we treat animals respectfully, We practice world peace. That's why we don't eat animals. The end. So I have two questions for you. Which part of the story did you like best? Any ideas? Yeah, what do you think? The fish one, yes.
I can't really imagine a fish without, an ocean without fish,
Because it's hard to imagine an ocean without fish.
because I think sharks are a type of fish.
Yes, for sharks.
No sharks, probably no dolphins,
Yeah, no, yeah.
like no salmon, no anything like that, so we wouldn't have octopus.
Wouldn't have salmon, octopus, all those. That's right. Thank you.
When I imagine a coral reef, I imagine just like all these different type of fish swimming by. It's hard to imagine just like not something moving in a coral.
How can we imagine an ocean without things moving? Yes. What'd you? You like the fish because you have pet fish. How cool. And you're getting to. So there are many ways that we can treat animals kindly. Can you help me think of other things we can do to always treat animals kindly? What do you think?
How about having them as pets?
How about having them as pets so we can take care of them? Yeah. Volunteer at an animal shelter. Beautiful. Oh, there are many needs. There are many needs. Anything else? Well, thank you for sharing my story with me. Shall we have our song of dedication? Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for church is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, thus to become one with each other, thus to become In the interest of time, we're not going to have the litany of blessing and forgiveness, but I need to tell you I'm so pleased that Jeffrey has incorporated the ideas of that litany into his centering meditation. Thank you, Jeffrey.
As we prepare for our time of centering meditation, please find a comfortable position in your seat. Allow your eyes to close if you feel comfortable, or just have soft eyes. Take a deep breath. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, natural breath. And now, see if you can let the tension release in your shoulders. You may feel them drop down an inch or two. And put your hands on your legs, palms up, and let them rest there. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, natural breath. First of all, I'd like you to think about a pet that you had when you were younger that meant a lot to you. A dog, a cat, a guinea pig, a gerbil, a bird, anything. And remember how much unconditional love you got from them. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, natural breath. Now, think about your current pet if you have one. Our companion animals add so much meaning to our lives. Conjure an image of them and keep it clear in your mind. Let your heart expand as you consider how much happiness they bring to your life every day. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, natural breath. Now, think of the many other animals that we share this earth with. Through the interdependent web of life, we are connected to all of these animals. Send assuring thoughts to them that we know their lives matter too. Animals in our homes, in farms, zoos, and out in the wild. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Natural breath. Now, gently put your right hand on your heart. Feel the love in your heart you have for all animals everywhere. Picture that love as a white ball of light in your heart. Let it build and grow as you recall the joy that animals have brought to you throughout your life. Now, let that ball of light rise. Let it rise from your heart and go upwards toward your head. Feel it in your head now. Allow the ball to rise up and out of your head. Send it to all animals everywhere as we fill that ball with these thoughts and intentions. We are grateful for the companion animals we currently share our lives with and the unconditional love they give us, as well as the way they forgive us when we let them down. We ask forgiveness from all animals who have suffered abuse or been forced to live in overcrowded farms, or who have given their lives in the name of scientific research. For animal lives taken to provide us with clothing and food, we offer both thanks and ask forgiveness. Imagine every shelter animal, every dog, every cat, finding the perfect home, one that is safe and caring. Picture all of the wild animals of the world living in peace, with space to raise their families, lush forests to find shelter in, and safe from poachers. Picture calm weather patterns that bring regular, beneficial rain without flooding, that keep the trees moist and free from the threat of wildfires. Imagine full rivers and streams so that there is plenty of clean, fresh water to drink and spawn and swim in. Imagine all humans living harmoniously with animals, respecting their lives and the right they have to exist, along with our own. Now, bring that ball of light back. Bring it back into your head. Let it descend back down into your head. Now that you have filled it with all of those intentions and thoughts, let it slowly descend down your neck, into your chest, and back into your heart. Now, gently place both of your hands, palms down on your knees. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Natural breath. When you are ready, open your eyes. Namaste.
Jeffrey, thank you. Just beautiful. I think I'm going to put my homily aside. That was the homily, folks. That was beautifully done. When we began our service this morning, we welcomed many special guests. It's clear that animal companions are an important part of many people's lives. I would now like to offer an individual blessing for each of our guests, special guests, here this morning. If you brought an animal companion with you, I invite you to form a line to my right, and one at a time, you will bring your animal companion forward to receive a blessing. Leslie will offer you a bandana. And for an animal that is not here, if there are pictures or any animal that is at home, any bandanas that are left over will be at this table. So again, if you brought an animal companion, please form a line to my right at this time. For those who are online, in a few moments we will be reading the names of your animal companions as well, past or present, for whom you would like a blessing. You may start entering those names in the chat now. Simply direct your chat to everyone, and please enter only the names of your animal companions. Sadly, we don't have time to read their biographies. For our animal companions in our sanctuary this morning, let us begin. Please come forward. Who is this?
This is Jägermeister.
Jägermeister?
Meister.
Jägermeister. Jägermeister, you are a beautiful and important part of creation. May you and your family, your human family, experience joy and companionship together and continue to be a blessing to one another. So cute. And who is this?
This is Jack.
Jack, you are a beautiful and an important part of creation. May you and your family, your human family, experience joy and companionship together and continue to be a blessing to one another. He's interested in everybody. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Who is this?
This is Katie.
Katie? Katie, good morning. Oh. Katie, you are a beautiful and important part of creation. May you and your human family experience joy and companionship together and continue to be a blessing to one another. You are blessed. Thank you. And who is this?
Maggie.
Maggie. Oh, so beautiful. Maggie, you are a beautiful and important part of creation. May you and your human family experience joy and companionship together and continue to be a blessing to one another. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Hi.
This is Watson.
This is Watson. I will say this is Watson. Watson, you are a beautiful and important part of creation. May you and your human family experience joy and companionship and continue to be a blessing to one another. Oh, I love you too. All right. Yeah. Who is this?
This is Nellie.
Nellie. Look at you. Oh, man.
She's crazy.
Okay, all right, Nellie, you're cool. I'm good. Nellie, you are a beautiful and important part of creation. May you and your human family experience joy and continue to be a blessing to one another. You are blessed and a blessing. Oh, and Delilah, beautiful. Delilah, you are a beautiful and important part of creation. May you and your human family experience joy and companionship together and continue to be a blessing to one another. Oh, beautiful. Okay. All right, steal my show. Go ahead. And who is this? Mia. Look at you. Mia, you are a beautiful and important part of creation. May you and your human family experience joy and companionship together and continue to be a blessing to one another. You are blessed.
This is Sadie Lane.
Say it again.
Sadie Lane.
Sadie Lane. Look at that nose. Sadie Lane, you are a beautiful and important part of creation. May you and your human family experience joy and companionship and continue to be a blessing to one another. You are blessed.
Don't touch him.
Okay, all right.
Don't touch him.
All right. Who is this?
Taka
Taco
Roo. Taka.
Taka. You are a beautiful and important part of creation. What are you doing? No.
He's posing for me.
Oh, good. May you and your human family experience joy and companionship together and continue to be a blessing to one another. You are blessed. That's a first, folks. That's a first. Thank you. Oh, well, again, just a huge thanks to all of you who brought animal companions this morning. We also have a number of people who sent in who brought in pictures of animal companions, and we have them here. I'm going to very briefly try to read some names. This is apparently Neighbor, missed by Carol Buffum from Asheville, North Carolina. This is Tiger. We have Thor. We have Ginger Pie Saxton. We have Violet, loved by Michael Buffum. We have Angel Kitty Saxton. We have Lucy. And we have some that I don't have names for. Please come and look at these after our service this morning. I want to, though, offer a blessing. These animal companions, past and present, you are each a beautiful and important part of creation. You are blessed and a blessing to your human family. Some of you also sent in pictures that our office administrator, Emily, created a video montage. And so we would like to show that for you at this time. Animal companions, past and present, you are each a beautiful and important part of creation. You are blessed and a blessing to your human family. So we're going to change the order of the last two. Leslie is gathering all the names that are in the online chat.
I need somebody to let me into the online.
All right, good. I'm glad we changed the order. It occurs to me that some of you were not able to bring animal companions this morning, past or present, for any number of reasons. But I really want to honor them. I want to celebrate them. I'm going to start on this side. If you have an animal companion that is not present and you wish to name that, raise your hand and allow me to call on you. And please bring that name into our service this morning. Anybody in this section? Yes. Ozzy. Say it again. Kira. Duke. Susie. Shadow. Mocha. Beautiful. On this, yes. Leela, Leela, Shadow, and Sweetie. Beautiful. Hercules. Yes. Apollo. Yes. Say it again. Seesaw. Beautiful. Seesaw. All right. Yes. Saffron and Mego. Mango. All right. Yes. Say that a little louder. Mochi and Oliver? Olive. All right, beautiful. Charlie.
Odin the dog and Tony the cat.
Odin and Tony.
And the big black cat.
All right, yes.
Daisy, Joey, and Danica.
Daisy, Joey, and Danica. Basso. And Callie. Loving it. Vexy.
Like Smurf, but as a dog.
Jinx.
Cheeto.
Cheeto. And Felix. Marcy. Mr. Kittens. Tank. And Cuddles. Loving this. Yes. Say it again. Sapnap, my fish. Yes.
Cookie, Karma, Lucy, and Leah.
Karma. Cookie. Lucy.
Leah.
And Leah. Loving it. Yes. Marbles. Gilbert. Bella. Meow Meow. Skittles. Mr. Keats. Don't forget Charlie. I'm loving this. All right, yes. Maggie Moo. Let me start with this section here. Y'all are very patient. I'm loving this. Yes. Dusty. Bailey. Ruby. Pretty boy. Chief and Sandy. Yes. Molly. Joey. Chandler. Phoebe. Yes. Say it again. Bob and Joe. Spin? Spit. All right. I know what that. Okay, yes. Otter and bear. And Spunky. And all the wild birds. Please, yes, yes. Say it. Woody? Woody. Yes, Woody. Yes. Buster, Tyson, Molly, and Chloe. Yes. Ella and Finn. Yes. Say it again. Digby. Loving it. Yes. Suki. And Charlie. And Millie. And Marshmallow. Marshmallow socks. Got to have the socks. Yes. Lincoln. Lucy. And Meow Meow. Yes. Chloe. Whitaker. And Chuck. Loving it. Yes, in the back. Lucy. Finley. Stanley. Carrie. All right, yes. Meyer. Okay. Okay. So yes, I just want to acknowledge some of our animals are no longer with us, our animal companions, and we want to pay attention to those moments. Yes. Shady. Tori. And Max. You don't have time, okay. Luna. Kylie May. Gracie. And Fred. Jake and Buddy. His Majesty the Phantom Menace. That's okay. Understand. Yes. Zoe. Blackie. Yes. Prunella. Phoebe. Beautiful, beautiful. Rosie. Sasha. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Bodie. Petson. Hello. Bailey, of course, yes. Buddy. Bella. Tootsie. Fiona. All right, yes. Yes. Bonnie Sue. I'm going to mention Patches and Tippy and Carol, help me out. Sydney, thank you. Oh my. That was just wonderful, folks. Thank you. Thank you for that. Let me just offer this blessing. Animal companions, past and present, have just filled our sanctuary. You are each a beautiful and important part of creation. You are blessed and are a blessing to your human family. Good. Leslie, how are we doing?
We don't have any.
We don't.
No.
So we have evidence now that pets, animal companions, do not watch our video services, our services online. We have evidence of that. That's all right. We know they are blessed. Thank you all for being a part of this service of the blessing of the animals. Thank you, Leslie. Earlier in our service, first of all, let me start off by saying that a colleague of mine says that a homily is a mercifully short sermon, so you're welcome. Earlier in our service, we welcomed many special guests who are with us this morning. I hope our greeters will record the number of special guests in our attendance figures. Greeters, how many special guests are here this morning? 10 special guests. Good. Wonderful. Thank you. Now, you may think I'm silly because I want the number of special guests recorded with Sunday attendance. I do so because too often in our lives we think that people are the only ones that matter. We think that everything that happens only for us. Not today. Robin Wall Kimmerer, in her book Braiding Sweetgrass, speaks poignantly to this when she speaks about human exceptionalism, where we humans act almost oblivious to the needs of animals and plants and the earth herself, to their detriment and ours. This morning, I hope you will celebrate deep in your heart what you already know, just how important all animals are in our lives. Many years ago, Chief Seattle said, "If all the animals were gone, we would die from a great loneliness of spirit." I think he's right. Whales, turtles, goldfish, birds, wild and exotic animals, insects, and animal companions that accept us like no one else does are intimate and important parts of creation. We look to St. Francis of Assisi, who's the inspiration for this service. St. Francis lived about 800 years ago, and oh, did he love animals. In fact, in the Catholic Church, he is the patron saint of animals. It was when I first attended my first Blessing of the Animal service as a new Unitarian Universalist that I began to think differently about creation. I began to think for the first time about all the other animals with whom we share this earth. So the question I pose is, how do we share this earth with other animals? Carol and I just moved back to Cobb County from Asheville, North Carolina, where bears and wild turkeys would sometimes pass through our yard. Whether it is Asheville or Atlanta, I'm deeply troubled with how human development has negatively impacted the habitats of other animals. Even though we are taught as children to share, we've not been good at sharing the land. And sharing the earth means much more than simply sharing land. When we think about water pollution and air pollution, we often think only about how it affects us. But water pollution and air pollution are even more harmful for other animals who don't have water purifiers and air purifiers. And by the way, we hardly even think to ask, why do we even need air purifiers and water purifiers? In the Blessing of the Animals, we affirm that animals are a beautiful and important part of creation. If we would stop and look and listen, if we were more mindful, we would find that animals have so much to teach us. Animals, we've heard this already, teach us about unconditional love. The animals in our lives don't care how smart we are. They don't care what we look like. They don't even care how much hair we have. This is the very, why are you laughing? This is the very best kind of love there is, and that is the love that animals teach us about. Animals also teach us about a simpler way of life. People have lives that are much too complicated with all our possessions. From the animals, we learn a simpler way of being. Animals teach us to live one day at a time. They teach us that the most important thing is to be in the present moment. Animals also teach us about ourselves. When we disregard the needs of other animals, plants, and the earth, we are learning about ourselves. In the days and weeks to follow, I hope we will spend some more time thinking about how we treat animals. And I just don't mean the big animals or the cute, furry ones. I invite you to reflect on how we treat all sentient beings. From time to time at home, I find myself in the company of a large insect, and some of them have stingers. Sometimes I have opened a door and encouraged him to find a different place. And at times I have captured her and escorted her outside. My actions may seem silly, but I firmly believe that we can both survive and thrive, just in different spaces sometimes. I am reminded by other words of Chief Seattle, who said, "For whatever happens to the animals soon happens to us all. All things are connected." I'd like to close with the same question I left with you after the story for all ages? What are some of the things that we can do that will allow other animals to survive and thrive? I warn you, though, to see this question through, we humans may need to do some things radically differently. This, I believe, is the challenge and the call of our faith. May it be so.
Bless the beast and the children, for the world can never be the world they see. Light their way when the darkness surrounds them. Give them love, let it shine all around them. Light their way when the darkness surrounds them. Give them love, let it shine all around them. Bless the beast and the children. Give them shelter from the storm. Keep them safe. Keep them warm.
Bruce, that was beautiful. Could not have been better. Thank you. The words of Chief Seattle are so profound, I just want to share them with you one more time. I hope you will take these words with you as you leave. For whatever happens to the animals soon happens to all of us. All things are connected. For our closing hymn, it's number 203, All Creatures of the Earth and Sky. This morning we have learned about many animals, including animal companions. Whether they bark or go baa, meow or moo, tweak, croak, or hiss, their voice is an important part of the creation we share with them. Let us sing our closing hymn, All Creatures of the Earth and Sky, verses 1, 3, and 5. The words will be on our screen. If you want them, I invite you to stand as you are able.
Soft shining on the sea.
We hope you have been nourished in heart and mind by our worship today. Please plan to join us next week as we welcome the Reverend Christina Branham Martin as our minister in the pulpit for the very first time. As our chalice is extinguished this morning, please join in the final words. They are posted in the chat and in the order of service. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world until we are together again. Please join us for refreshments and fellowship in our fellowship room on the first floor near the back doors. If you would go this way to get there, not through the kitchen. We want to invite everyone to coffee hour this morning, where there is a wide selection of vegan foods, meaning that they contain no animal products. Some of them are also gluten-free. We also want to thank all those who made contributions to this vegan sampler. Those of you who are online, please stay tuned in for online fellowship time. At 11:20, we offer religious education and exploration for children, youth, and adults. See your order of service for today's offerings, which does include service reflections here in the sanctuary. Our service is now concluded, but our connection has only begun.